there, YouTube? I'm back again for another Kickstarter critique where I take a look at a different tabletop games project every weekday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and give my honest thoughts on how that project is being ran. And today I'm very excited to be checking out the 60th most popular project on all the tabletop games. That is Snack Time, which is for 8+ players, an unlimited player count. It's 30 minutes to play. It's $25. I love the fact that they're mentioning all these things on the front. I gotta say that. I immediately know what I'm getting into. A roll and feed game, so it's a roll and write game. A gruesome roll and write for an unlimited number of players. Don't get ... So that's a good description, but honestly, I already know that stuff. I'd like to know maybe just a little bit more info about the project here. But either way, it's already funded. $17,000. 10 days left to go. Let's check it out. But I do like the main image. I think... looks good. Looks solid. I know exactly what I'm getting into here. As always, when I go into the video, though, I'm thinking 3 things. Do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? Let's go.
Deep in the sewers, your pet creatures cry out in hunger as people walk the streets above. Who are you to deny their appetites? Snack Time is a roll and write game for an unlimited number of players, ages 8 and up. Each player will attempt to feed their creatures by connecting them to the sewer entrance with a pedestrian they can snack on. If they snack on certain people, the authorities will come and traps will be set for your precious pets. Help your creations snack on the most pedestrians and avoid getting caught to win the game.
Okay. Short, simple, to the point. Feel like it was almost a little bit redundant because of how well you did the main image. But either way, the only thing that I would have liked to have seen was you started to talk about like traps and how police are going to come, and I thought that was interesting. But instead, you just kind of showed us the generic image and like tentacle arm grabbing cards. But other than that, I thought that was a really well done video. I know exactly what I'm getting into here. So first created 13 back. Backfire Game Studio is a boutique board game studio designed to strengthen your relationships and make you feel good about yourself through stories and laughter together, but sometimes that backfires. Okay? So first thing, only one person here. I'd recommend getting yourself a collaborator, because if this thing does happen to explode, or a project does, it's always good to have numerous people here for the updates in the comments. And it doesn't have to be someone that's like super involved with the project either. Like, you just have a good friend be like, hey, can you just make sure that the people are... Because there's so many things in the updates and comments typically you can do. Like, just responding to every comment, pretty much. It's easier with another person. So, first created, 13 backed. Need to be convinced. Can you do it? Your creatures are snacking on pedestrians. Are you okay with it as long as your creations don't starve? Absolutely. Pledge tiers. Limb loss fund. Much like a limb that has been consumed in an untimely manner, you are left with nothing but our gratitude for services well rendered. So a $5 thank you pledge. Okay, 4 people. I'm not a big fan of the thank you pledge that's higher than, say, $2. I think once you get to $5, it's like, it's a bit much. It's a meal right there. Just a bite. Average people will. And then the other thing is by only having the $5 pledge, and yes, you can still go in here, I'm pretty sure, and back it for $1, I think, if you want to. I think you're going to have less people who sit on the fence. I think if you give a $1 level, they'll be like, I might sit on the fence, I might decide here or there based on stretch goals or reviews or whatever. Overall, though, it's a minor nitpick more than anything. It's just, that seems a bit high. Just a bite. You get 1 full copy of the game and all stretch goals. Great. And now we've mentioned stretch goals. Love that. Hopefully we've hit some, because I know we are overfunded on this one. $25, great price point. Back for seconds, $45, so you get 2. And that actually, yeah, okay, cool. $200. Join the sewers. Join us, and together we will accomplish more than you could ever dream. You get 1 full copy of the game, all stretch goals, and your likeness will be illustrated as a pedestrian in the game. This is immortality. That's a great pledge level to have. I had a pledge level just like that in the game that I launched so many years ago, and this funded a decent chunk of it. So I think that's a great pledge level to have, especially if you have the artist who's totally cool with doing that. So I love the fact they're offering that, and I bet that's going to be relatively popular. I bet it's going to be sold out. Just a bold prediction I'm making. I feel like they did it well, too. I feel like they gave a good representation of exactly what I was going to get in that pledge level. So I like that. So, contents. Snack time. 30 cards. Okay, so we got 30 cards. Dig the artwork. Some symbology on the bottom. Okay. Custom dice. Looks good. See different faces of the dice. Score sheets. Yes, of course, it will come with instructions. You deserve to be Eden for asking such a question. I do wonder, are they double-sided? I think they're double-sided because that side looks brown. If they're double-sided, I'd spot like that. It's just one of those little things that I absolutely love when I see in games. How to play. Snack time, videos. What is this? Is this a legit how to play video?
Do that right here. Total possible 12.
Okay, so it looks like in 8 minutes and 43 seconds I'll know exactly how to play the game. That's great. That's all I wanted. It just looks like it's them sitting in front of like a camera or a phone or something like that. That's all you have to do. I might label it as such maybe a little bit because like here it's how to play that I see in artwork. I don't know. I think it's pretty clean though. I do love seeing that. Each player's given a score sheet, and so now you're going more in depth. So you can either read through this or you can moving parts, moving pieces. That's nice. What am I looking for? I'm looking for stretch goals and shipping. I feel like having this above the stretch goals and shipping, especially the stretch goals, because I always say when you launch Kickstarter, the goal is to get self-funded, right? But then once it gets funded, your goal needs to pivot to being making this the most amazing, fantastic product we can and selling as much as we can. So that way, when we go to the manufacturer, we don't say we need a 500 print run. We say we need a 1500 print run, and then the prices go down. Like that's what I'm thinking there. And I feel like those are things that get people more excited to back and make more people excited to back because $25 I think is a good price, but I don't think it's a great price, especially when we haven't factored in shipping yet. Because I think it's about average for a roll and write. Roundabout. Let me know. I don't buy many roll and write games, so I'm a little bit out of the loop on this one. Solo mode, excellent. Mentioning that, and have we seen the player count? Oh yeah, so you did. It's unlimited. So maybe I might actually go 1 to unlimited potentially there. Drive home a little bit more the point that, hey, this is still a solo game, but you can also play as many people as you want. Most people will pick that up, but for the people that don't, I mean, it's nice. I think just when you say 1 players, you immediately get a group of people who are interested in your project. Great work to play the game as a solo. Is this a solo game? Is this the same video? It's 8:43.
The pedestrians.
So as a solo game, it's also a how to play video. 8:43. That's perfectly fine. Like if I'm going to learn a game and I say 8:43, that's more than worth my time. Not having to read the rules. So stretch goals. So yeah, they are down here. So fully funded, linen card finish. It's kind of blurry. It's weird. 8,000 tarot sized. Oh wow, tarot sized cards are these are just going to be larger cards. That's really awesome. That's a really cool stretch goal. I think that's honestly. I want to go back to that main image. So I like the main image. Funded in 24 hours. How about now with tarot-sized linen finish cards? I know that's a mouthful, but especially if you put Kickstarter stretch goal unlocked. Let me know that, because funded in 24 hours, who cares? I can see you're funded. That's not something I care about. It's obvious. It's redundant at this point. But telling me at the front door that this now has tarot-sized cards that are linen finished says, stretch goals. That gets me excited. The $25 price point looks better immediately. It becomes from an okay deal, a good deal, to a great deal potentially, the more stretch goals you get. Better box. Either spot UV, super printing, or something else. You help us decide. And I almost don't like the fact that these are blurred out, and I really don't like the placement of these, because I think these are way more exciting than a lot of this. Now, granted, I was all very happy to see that there's a how to play video and solo and all that stuff, but this is the kind of stuff that I just want to see, and then bam, hit me with that price, I think. So then we got 12,000, 18 millimeter dice. I think that the dice are 16 and 18 are something cooler. Can we unblur this? Baby monster expansions. Wow, and that sounds like a banger of a stretch goal right there. That sounds like a banger of a stretch goal that I feel like should be mentioned way higher, because you want to hit that stretch goal. Absolutely want to hit that stretch goal. That immediately adds way more value to this game, adding an expansion. And I want to know more information about the expansion. I'm not the biggest fan of the placement of the stretch goal area. I'm not the biggest fan of the blurriness of the stretch goal area. And I'm not the biggest fan of the fact that it's not clear. I feel like some pictures here would be great. And once again, they have it, though. Like, that's still awesome. I just think the placement is poor. But with these kind of stretch goals, I would be mentioning these a little bit more, especially from the jump, because let's go back to this: a gruesome roll and write for an unlimited number of players. I know that all from here. Maybe we talk about how we're hitting stretch goals here or something like that, because I'm pretty sure you could change this blurb. Maybe mention stretch goals. Why not? Use that. You know what? Here's an idea. I want to run by you. I'm going to throw it in the polls as well. What do you think if Kickstarter companies use that main image, that main blurb, as kind of like an ever-changing update, like a sign saying, hey, what's going on in the campaign? Now, you're limited to just a few sentences, but if you were to put in there, 2 days left, 36 stretch goals unlocked, don't miss out, like something like that, I think more companies need to consider using that as a billboard, especially if you're near the top of the popularity chart. But I think in order to do that, you have to have a main image that is great and can convey a lot of information. I think these two need to work together, but I can see people doing that in the future. That seems like really smart to me. Like, imagine if the most popular project, like one of those big CMON projects that is like constantly near the top, always just had like an updated like 76 stretch goals in, don't want to miss out, like something like that. I think that would be good. I just had that brain thought right there. So community. Top 10 Kickstarter board games. So they talking about. So this is them talking about board games they're most excited about. Okay. Rank us in the top. I don't care. Like, I guess that's cool, but it's like, no, I'd much rather have someone telling me about playing the game, not saying, hey, this looks cool. Because I can see it looks cool. I don't know. Not the biggest fan of. So is that the only video that we have? We have a how to play. We have the gameplay video, and then we have just someone saying, "Hey, this is exciting." Okay, that means I should kiss their ass. So maybe they'll put my video up there too. I wouldn't do that, but hopefully I do. Hopefully I love this project. I do like a lot of the stuff on the project. We are working with local game stores throughout the United States to identify pickup locations where you can pick up your game for free rather than paying shipping costs. Now, I love seeing this. This tells me that they're putting a good deal of thought into the shipping, which is on the back end of things. And this goes a long way in convincing me in the can you do it department. Because once again, there's always three things they need to convince you. Do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? So, can you do it when you've started to look into shipping? That's awesome. We cannot guarantee one in your area. However, we will do what we can to provide pickup locations where possible because we know a large quantity will be shipped to Utah Valley. This is the only region we can guarantee at this time we have free shipping. So that's, and look at it from the game store owner's perspective. This is actually kind of low-key a really smart idea that I'd like to see more companies potentially do. So let's just say there's a really big game store in Chicago, and that game store would then say, all right, we're cool with you shipping us our... So they order stuff. They order the 6 boxes or whatever the hell it is. And then people could then come there to pick up the game as well within a certain period of time. You'd have to work it out at the game store. Say you got 90 days or else it's void. And if they'd be willing to hold on to that, that would essentially then be bringing someone immediately to their game store. So let's say there's 50 people who are ordered in Chicago. How many of those 50 people are going to be like, oh, wow, I could pay $17 in shipping, or I can go on my way to work or when I go downtown this weekend and pick it up. I think this is a really cool idea that I would love to see more companies potentially look into. Logistically, though, it can be scary because once you hand those games off to those friendly local game stores, this company kind of loses all power. It's like, all right, you two work it out, and if you don't, it's going to make us look bad. So I see both sides of this. I think it's a very interesting idea. You'd have to have trust in the gaming stores, which I imagine you would, but I don't know. Let's keep going. I like that. I like that a lot. We know part of the challenge of backing a Kickstarter campaign is that there is a considerable cost attached to the shipping game from our manufacturing partners directly to your door. We would like to help with some of that burden, so we are offering a discount off of our quoted shipping rates to all of our backers. Shipping will be charged in our post-campaign pledge manager. Using the pledge manager, you'll be able to confirm your rewards, blah, 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 blah. Please note, these are estimates, and the actual cost of shipping could change based on certain... Just give me the estimates. All right, this game will be shipping in 2022, which is... So July, they're hoping for Gen Con Essen, or not Gen Con Origins release potentially. Backing for additional copy of this game will offer lower per unit cost. So let's check it out. And so they do. And so now let's look at the pledge levels, see how they're broken up. So we have 4 people at the thank you level. And I gotta say, maybe if that was $1, do you think there'd be more than 4 people? I don't know. Does it matter? Does it matter to you? Are you more likely to sit on a fence of a project if it's $1 versus a $5? Does that matter to you? That seems like to be like another poll question I need to ask. Man, I wish, if anyone in the chat would do it, would you please just leave in the comments some of these idea poll questions I have? Because I never go back through to watch the entire video and I forget them all the time. But anyhow, So $6. That's a great price. $31. So $31 to get this game. Once again, I don't think it's a great price, but I don't have an issue with that price. I think it's a perfectly reasonable price. 2 copies. You're looking at okay, great. Hawaii and Alaska. Awesome. It looks like maybe they're using a USPS flat rate padded shipping envelope. Hopefully they're going through stamps.com if they're doing that, because I believe you get an extra 5 or 10% off. Canada, looking good. Wow, Canada getting 8. Dang, good for you, Canada. UK, these look like very good shipping so far. Asterisks, I'm assuming the VAT. Due to import VATs and others are required to be added for each pledge, you're going to get jacked by the VAT. One thing, if you have the time, if you care to do it, maybe in the next Kickstarter campaign, and I've seen some companies do it. Actually, take that back. I think I've seen one company do it, or 2. They figured out the VAT rates for these different locations, and then they figured it out for them. And I got to tell you, that's next level customer service right there. So you don't have to do it, but it would be awesome. Overall, though, I like the shipping area. It looks clean. It looks clear. Europe, yeah, it sucks you're not getting this game. Oh, wow. So pretty much if you're outside of North, well, these aren't bad. New Zealand's not bad. Okay, anywho, backer kit, retail. So you're saying you're using backer kit? Cool. So you're filling me in on a little bit more of the behind the scenes on the Can You Do It, which I like. Because once again, this is a first-time creator. Retailers, if you'd be interested in buying multiple copies to have your brick-and-mortar location, please, the form is in the link. Please note that you must be a verified brick-and-mortar retailer in order to get special pricing. I also feel like you should really be mentioning that fantastic shipping idea you had here as well. And also let us know if you'd be interested in having your retail location be a backer. What the hell the name is? What's the name of this company? A Backfire. What is it? What the hell is the name of the company? Backstarter Games? Backfire is a Backfire Games hub or something like that. And that means, you're a trusted retailer, and we're going to allow people that are near you to save money on shipping and go to your store. And maybe they'll just use that extra bit of shipping to help you out. And maybe you can even say that in that pledge level, like, hey, winky wink, wink face, you don't have to help out the retailers, but they're doing a super solid by saving us shipping. And we would love to support them. Like something like that. I think maybe you rub their backs a little bit more, because I think this is a really cool idea that you have here. Rules. The rule booklet is still in development and pending some final rules. This is ugly. No, full letter grade drop right there. I don't care if it's still under development. Give me the Google Docs. Like, no. You gotta have this. And the fact that it's buried all the way at the bottom tells me you kind of didn't want to, mention it. Potentially. So, don't like that. So, overall, not a fan of a lot of the organization. I think they need to get some more media content on this, potentially. And I think, once again, I'm trying to pinpoint 60th in popularity, I think it was, just in tabletop games. So, what's not scratching the itch? And I think the thing is, I think if you get people to your Kickstarter page and you show them those stretch goals, you show them that price, it's good. Because honestly, $31 anywhere in the United States of America. I want to go back to that. I think that's something that you should be marketing. $33 anywhere in Canada. I think that's something that you should be marketing. Yeah, I totally think that 30, well, plus the VAT. I don't know if you do it necessarily to UK and Europe and whatnot. But, okay, let's check to the FAQ, the updates, the comments, get out of here. Why the long campaign? Can I access one? What is this about? Maybe free shipping? Okay. We will single location all backers with it. Yeah, so this is, I love this idea. And imagine if one of the game stores was in a different country. Imagine if it's like it's in UK. Because look at it from the game store's perspective. So if there's 15, 20 people that take this pledge level in an area, you have 15 to 20 people coming to that location. So you have like one box sitting there. Now, granted, with some of the larger projects, I don't know if this would be viable. Like, Awakened Realms would not be able to do this because that would take up like a whole section of the store. But still, an interesting idea nonetheless. FAQ, it's there. Let's check out the updates. 6 comments, 0 comments, 5 comments, 0 comments. So, not the greatest on the engagement. We got 563 people here. They like the quirk of this project. And yet we're only getting 6 engagements. Let's check it out. Stretch goals. We unlock tarot size cards. Dry erase sheet. Why not do dry erase sheets? More times and we can count as a very valid question. Early in the design process, we wrestled with the idea of dry erase for a couple reasons. Dry erase markers and quality assurance. Right now, we are not confident in our ability to provide dry erase markers that meet our quality requirements. We wanted the game to be played with at least 10 people, and dry erase sheets made it prohibitively expensive and capped the game at 4 players. We have walked through options in our manufacturers. We're going to offer a bundle, and we are going to offer a bundle of 4 dry erase sheets as an optional add-on on the post-campaign pledge manager. We will try to keep the cost low, as this should not be a moneymaker for us, but just a way to make this more accessible for everyone. We will still not provide dry erase markers for the reasons outlined above, but those should not be hard to locate through our vendors. Okay, so this is cool. This needs to be interweaved, I think, into your Kickstarter story. Don't make people go to updates to get crucial information. You should be consistently updating your main story with the things that are in the updates. I firmly believe. Like, think about it. Imagine, and I've seen this before, if a Kickstarter campaign didn't mention their stretch goals and that they'd hit them at all on their main page, and they just posted the updates. I've seen people do this, and it's like, no. Like, you got to be updating. Scheduled live stream / play along. Cool. Print and play as an add-on. So once again, you're adding add-ons. Put them into that area over there. Let me know that I can get those. Best for last, be sure to read. The greatest announcement, if it's be sure to read, then you should mention it first. The greatest announcement that we have, and one that really adds a significant amount of value to your game, is a happy little accident. In early versions of the game, we needed all 7 dice to make the game work. This was based on the fact that once you were done building your monsters in the 4 growth changers, you could accelerate the game by having more pike pops. Okay, whatever. Of course, we wouldn't want to just remove value from the game, especially when you have the awesome opportunity to make something great. The answer? A module. If you're unfamiliar, a module to the game is an additional add-on that changes a small aspect of how the game is played. This generally will increase difficulty, add another way to get points, or take the decisions to have a little more depth. This does not make the game more complicated, as you can play with or without the module. The working title of the module is Rat Smacks. What? So this is going to be in the base game. This is not something that should be in the updates. Well, let me rephrase that. It should be in the updates, but it should also be on the page. You have a different variant. That's like a headline thing. You have, because if we hit 20,000 bucks, we're going to have a variant, we're going to have an expansion. I don't think it should be buried here. Totally needs to be in the story. We've had a lot of fun with Rat Snacks over the last few weeks since we discovered the 2 extra dice, and we hope you get excited as well. We will probably open up voting for the PMS color of these extra dice at some point on our Instagram, so head over to Instagram. No! Don't send people to Instagram! Okay, and this is it. You're sending people actively away from Kickstarter to participate in your Kickstarter project. And you're 16th popularity. People are not just going to stumble onto this typically. Whereas if this were, say, 6th in popularity, there'd be much more people who would just see it as, they're browsing through Kickstarter. Because Magic takes popularity for sure into account. We don't know exactly how the Magic column works, but popularity for sure takes popularity into account. And that's, I don't like sending people away to Instagram. I know you're trying to grow your Instagram. That's the path social media-wise you've chosen. But I guarantee you, if people were voting here, this would be drawing more engagement to this Kickstarter project, which means Kickstarter would be more likely to promote the project, and you'd have more people just stumbling onto it. And this is a really long update, by the way. Update schedule. We're getting the final developments to the stage, so most of this stuff fully funded. Okay. I love the Rat Snacks. Oh, good. Any idea what the box cover will look like for the next stretch goal? Awesome news about the print and play. I'm so glad. And so they are churning this, which is good. But once again, this goes back to the fact that 3 people took the time to comment on this. You need to be posting more engaging updates. It doesn't matter how long you take on an update. If it doesn't get people engaging with the product, the project, it's not a good update, at least in my book. Because the whole point of the update is, yes, to keep people updated, but to tickle those Kickstarter algorithms so you can stay up higher on the charts. And, 0 comments. Always end with a question. Normally not too focused of a question. But you have voting. If you're doing voting, totally. Updates, comments. It's a great place to do it. Thank you so much for the support. We didn't want to bombard everyone with too many updates. We've been finalizing various aspects of the game. Stay tuned for an update in the next day. Forgot all about this campaign because it was so long and there were so few updates. Either way, excited to get our copy to play. And that's one thing. If you do Kickstarter research, every single person will tell you, you don't want to go longer. You don't typically want to be that project that is 60 days long. Now, I don't have a firm opinion on that one way or another. You know what? I guess I kind of do. I guess I would agree with that sentiment now that I really think about it after looking at all the projects that I've looked at. But yeah, So it's just typically not recommended. Hi, happy to be back. This project up. Is Ukraine considered Europe for shipping purposes? Sorry for the late response. I have to check some things. Ukraine, it tends to be $1 or $2 more expensive, but yes. One of the pedestrians should have a fez and a bow tie. I just heard those things are cool. Good. Looks very cool. Interesting to see a live game played, even between 2 to 4 people. As for the honest highest Kickstarter tier, can you explain the likeness that would be brought to life on the card? Oh, yeah, I want to see how popular that pledge level was. But it looks like they are on point on the customer service, which is good. So 4 people on the fence, 486 people, awesome. 500 print run, no problem. 1,000 you can sell to 500. Backers for 2, so yeah, that puts them over 500. Congratulations. That's spectacular. Also, I would mention your manufacturer on here, who you're going through. I think that goes a long way. If you know who you're shipping through or how you're going to ship, that would be great. Little things like that could go a long way on the Can You Do It. But congratulations, you hit that 500 bump. That's spectacular. So that's 37.74. So we're at like 560. Then career consumer. Wait, what is this? Retailers only. So you got 4 retailers who are interested on this, and hopefully you are actively talking to them about potentially having them be the Backfire Kickstarter, the Backfire Games Hub. Because I think from a game store perspective, it just makes sense if they have the space to store, however many boxes they need. And they're willing to do it. You'd have to train your staff on that. But I think that is a brilliant idea. Like, that's a whole point upwards for me. I love that. Join the sewers. Have your likeness. And then, 13 backers. And almost sold out. And once again, I thought that'd be a relatively popular pledge level. And it is. That's $2,600 right there. And I would not be surprised if that was sold out by the end of this shebang. So, final grade on snack time. Oh, yeah, we're the United States 376, UK 38, Canada 33, 25, Australia, Germany. Cool. Surprised that Canada number is not higher. But anywho, final grade. Do I want it? Yeah, I think you marketed yourself as a roll and write game. It looks like an enjoyable roll and write game. I like the idea of playing it with as many players as I want. And it's reasonably priced, $31. In and out the door, United States of America, 38 in Canada, or 34 or something in Canada. I don't think that's terrible at all. Like the price. So how much is it? Check mark. Do I want it? Yeah, check mark. I don't think you blew me away. I need to see more videos. I'd love to see some quotes. The fact that the only video you have is someone saying, hey, this game looks cool. Not a fan of that in any way, shape, or form. And I think that was a misstep. I think you, even if you just look out to you just go to Board Game Reviewers on Facebook, there's a whole group. And if you just, it's like throwing chum to sharks. You throw those out and you'll have 15 reviewers like, my, they want to get it. So totally would recommend getting some third-party content up on that. Start getting some quotes. Start getting a little bit of buzz. Even if it's from someone small, it's still buzz. It's still out there. It's still content. And there's a lot of people that love to do it. That's great. It's a great way to grow, by the way. That's how I started growing in the beginning, was doing a lot of Kickstarter content. And I still do. So, can you do it? That one, that's the only one. You're 0 created, which scares me a little bit. But everything here makes it looks like you put your due diligence in there. And also, I remember I was reading the blurbs. I went by those fast, but the blurbs were pretty impressive. Where were the blurbs? Yeah. They work for a company that did stuff, big stuff. What was it? Professionally as a product designer. Yeah, Hasbro, Disney, Marvel. Yeah, it's okay, cool. Fine. I'm feel comfortable. Either way, so final grade on this one, I think I'm giving it, whoa, exit out. I think given that, was that as loud as it was to me, as was to you? I think I'm giving this one a B. I think it's a good project. I think they have everything they need. I think their main image could definitely convey, I love their main image, but I think it could convey even more information. I think not leading with the stretch goals was little bit of an oof. I think not mentioning the fact that now there's going to be a different variant that you can play with is a misstep as well. But overall, I thought it was a well-done project. Giving it a B. Snack time! Let me know in the comments below, what is your final grade for snack time? And if you enjoy this Kickstarter critique, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below, as we always go on weird, wild journeys, and we never know exactly what's going to happen. Come with me.